Today, we're going to talk about one of Omaha's best kept neighborhood secrets. If you're looking for the perfect Westside location that is just south of Pacific Street and kind of borders I-80 to the south, this neighborhood is perfect for you. It is full of tree-lined streets, majestic homes, and actual walkability in Westside. My name is Morgan Putnam, and I'm a local realtor. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for stopping by the Omaha Insider YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video. Please comment and subscribe so you're always the first to know what's going on in Omaha. First things first, we need to talk about the home styles. So a lot of these homes were built in the 1960s and 70s. So again, it is part of the Westside community. Rockbrook is an elementary school within Westside. There are 10 elementary schools within Westside, and Rockbrook is one of them. And it has more going on for it, though, than some of the other pockets of neighborhoods within the greater Westside area. Specifically because of Rockbrook Village, and it also borders Regency Landing, which is another place for restaurants, gyms, workspaces, etc. So these homes were built in the 1960s and 70s, and they tend to be a little bit larger, and they're definitely on bigger lots than what you're going to find in other parts of Westside, and definitely bigger than what you're going to find in new construction in the Omaha Metro. That is a huge bonus of living in Rockbrook, is that you sometimes can get some big sprawling houses on big sprawling lots, and it feels very majestic. The trees are huge and mature. It's the perfect location. The average sold price over the last year for Rockbrook was $480,000, with the most expensive house sold being $930,000, and the most affordable home that sold was $230,000. This is a desirable area. Homes sold within 10 days on average. That is definitely outpacing the Omaha Metro. And then the tax levy for Rockbrook is 2.1%. So that is quite a bit cheaper than what you're going to find out in the suburbs, and pretty on par for anywhere within the more central Omaha location. I'm a huge mid-century modern fan, and Rockbrook has some great mid-century modern gems. I would not say that's overflowing because it's getting towards the end of the 1960s era when these homes were being built, and so there was just less of that happening then. You'll find more of those amazing, iconic mid-century modern homes in like the Loveland area and in Oakdale, things that were being built more in the 50s to early 60s instead of the 60s to 70s. Again, this is getting close to that like Interstate 680, so as we move west, things only tend to get newer. That being said, though, there's still definitely some amazing mid-century modern homes, and then also homes being built in the 70s, and so they sometimes will carry some of that great retro vibes into these 70s styles homes. Some of these will be time capsules. Maybe they're even single owner, people that have been built the house or lived there really quickly after it was built, and so there tends to be a lot of care for these homes, longevity and ownership. And so some of them will be time capsules, and then some of them will be completely remodeled and updated, and so nice. This neighborhood is amazing for folks who are looking for maybe a ranch style home or people who want to be in Westside schools. This is just an amazing Westside location, and there's also quite a few like split levels, raised ranches, and that sort of thing like you find throughout all of Omaha. There is an element of some homes have been purchased, torn down, and new construction has been built, so you will find new construction homes here and there throughout Rockbrook. One of the main highlights about living in Rockbrook is Rockbrook Village. So this service is obviously not just folks who are living in Rockbrook, but there is an element of walkability for people who live in Rockbrook to be able to walk to Rockbrook Village. So Rockbrook Village is a decent size. There's a ton of different restaurants. Cork and Screw is definitely one that people will frequent. They will go there to for like business happy hours, but then also just to socialize with friends. And there's a ton of other restaurants throughout the whole village area, and then a bunch of different businesses. So there's a lot of awesome small businesses like Doodle Art Studio and MilkWorks. That's a nonprofit helping breastfeeding women. So there's just a lot going on in Rockbrook that really makes it so you can have an element of walkability when you live here, especially if you live on the south side of Center and you're in that part of Rockbrook. You can walk to Rockbrook Village incredibly easily. But even if you live on the north side of Center, there is a pedestrian bridge over Center, so you can get there safely. Rockbrook Village is really a huge draw to living in Rockbrook because you do have that rare element of walkability within Westside. Rockbrook Village will also put on different seasonal events. So there's just a lot going on here that you can do with the family, and there's like a winter festival, fall festival. There's like every type of festival throughout the year. So it's a great thing that draws the community together. And then on the north side of Rockbrook, you also will find Regency Landing. This is an amazing location. It's much newer than Rockbrook Village. It was just built in the last 10 years. And there is Early Bird there, which is a brunch spot, Blue Sky Pickleball, which has a couple of pickleball courts and a great bar, Wonder Bowl, which is like mini bowling. There is a lot to do here. And also Via Farina, like the best Italian restaurant in Omaha, has a second location at Regency Landing. And so this is so close to Rockbrook. It's just on the north side of Pacific, right along Interstate 680. And it is an amazing element to living in Rockbrook. So obviously the elementary school is a huge draw, and it's like one of those charming neighborhoods where people are walking their kids to school through the neighborhood to get to the elementary school. Like there is a real sense of community in Rockbrook. It's awesome to see something like that thrive. And then right next to the elementary school is actually one of the cool neighborhood pools that is in Westside. So it's called Rockbrook Pool. It's just a great community pool. There is a little bit of a wait list to join usually. Sometimes you can get in right away. Neighborhood community pool that you can be a member of. Rockbrook is also home to Side Sister Swim School, which is an indoor swim school, and it is an amazing place for your kids to go to learn how to swim. They also have some adult lesson options, but it's mostly geared towards kids. Right on the east side of 105th Street is Happy Hollow Country Club. So there's a big draw for folks who want to be a part of that country club or are a part of the country club to live in Rockbrook because it's very accessible for anybody who lives in Rockbrook. So obviously there are so many pros to living in Rockbrook. There is amazing community. The houses are absolutely gorgeous. The elementary school is top rated. People absolutely love it. And there's just that element of walkability to both Regency Landing and Rockbrook Village. It's truly an amazing place to live. The one con that has to be mentioned is that it is right along Interstate 680. And so there is a decent amount of road noise, especially if you're in that first block that's right off the interstate. And so for some folks who are moving here, they're used to road noise and it's not something that really bugs them. But maybe if you're like moving from the country where you're used to it being really quiet, there is always going to be road noise along Interstate 680 because it's an interstate, so people are using it night and day. So that is just the one con, the only bad part of living in Rockbrook. And again, every block that you get off of Interstate 680, it is quieter and quieter. And so by the time you reach the country club, you can hardly even hear it. I hope this video is helpful in explaining the pros and cons of living in Rockbrook. It is truly an amazing place to live, and it's so easy to get anywhere in the metro from Rockbrook because it is so close to the interstate. And so you can get to the airport in about like 22 minutes. You can get downtown in about 18. I mean, it's so easy to get anywhere in the metro from Rockbrook. If you're curious if Rockbrook is the right neighborhood for you or what neighborhood is the right fit for you in the whole Omaha metro, please do not hesitate to reach out. I would love to help you. My name is Morgan Putnam and I'm a local realtor. You can check out my website at www.heymorganputnam.com, or you can text or call me at 402-720-9886.